So I'm probably really late to the party with this, but I've recently discovered Amazon for my food shopping, for my like regular family food shop. I would imagine that lots of other people are doing this, and I'm not sure why it's taken me so long to get on board. It's not something that I would use for my like regular weekly food shop because I don't think it's the best in terms of cost, and I don't know, I just feel like it just feels a little bit weird to me doing my food shop on Amazon. However, it is really handy and I like it because you can get same day delivery, which is just a game changer for me, because the amount of times I wake up in the morning and think, oh my god, I haven't got anything for lunch, I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner, and it just saves me from having to make those really expensive trips to the local shop, you know, and you go in there for 2 things and you leave with £40 worth of stuff that you didn't need. So it kind of solves that problem for me. Also, delivery is free because it's all done through Amazon Prime, which is brilliant as well, and it's just kind of convenient when you are stuck and you need some bits and pieces. So I've been using it for that, but this week for the first time I've actually done a full weekly family food shop to feed my family of 6. So I just thought it'd be interesting to compare the kinds of things you can get and how I find the shopping experience. I will say, for all the benefits, I haven't found it quite as seamless as using, say, Tesco for an online food shop. I do find occasionally they will substitute things a bit randomly or just leave things off that you would think would be in stock. So I've found a few little niggly things like that. But on the whole, it's been a pretty good experience. So I will show you what I got and then stay tuned to the end to find out what I'm going to make with it all to feed my family. So first up we have the chilled bit. So I have some puff pastry sheets. I actually only ordered 1, but it was the Just Roll brand, so I think they've given me 2 because it's Morrison's own brand. That rustling in the background is Marnie playing with her dolls, so I'll just leave her to it. But yeah, 2 puff pastry sheets. So I've got 1 for a recipe that I was planning and another one which I can pop in the freezer. Then we have some halloumi, some parmigiano, some cheddar, extra mature cheddar. I have some smoked ham and yogurts. I think I have, oh yeah, I should put those together. I have frubes for lunch boxes, and these are for Marnie for her lunches at home. Then I picked up 2 cartons of mushroom soup. Dylan really wants to try some mushroom soup in his flask when he goes to school. I think mushrooms are the food of the devil, so this is my worst nightmare, but he had mushroom soup when we were on holiday once and really liked it, so we're going to try that one. And I also got a broccoli and Stilton soup for Dan because that's his favourite. Then I got some chicken, so I have some diced fillet and some breast fillets. I have some pancetta for a recipe. Actually, it's lardons rather than pancetta. They didn't have pancetta, but that will do the job. Then this, I'm going to have to check my receipt because I don't know if this was my error or theirs, but I have 2 packets of chipolatas. It was probably me. I probably added them both from my favourites list without realising that they were 2 different pack sizes, so that's a bit annoying, but we always get through plenty of these, so I'll just pop 1 packet in the freezer. Speaking of the freezer bits, they're a bit scattered around, but there was another error in this as well, and this is the one thing I have found with Amazon groceries. I find that there are more errors, and I don't know if that's my use of the app or the actual service itself, so I'll have to double check again. But I ordered these, which was fine. I meant to order those vegetarian sausages. We get those most weeks. Then I ordered some chicken dippers just to keep in the freezer. Then here, I know, well, if I did order them, I didn't mean to, but I ordered some wedges. That is intentional. Then I can't remember for the life of me adding that into my basket, so I'm not sure why I have these. I mean, they sound nice, but I've never bought them before, so I don't know why they ended up in my shopping. And these I did order because if you've watched my grocery hauls before, you will know that Marnie doesn't eat any form of potato other than this kind of potato or the alphabet bite things, the little potato letters. That's all she likes. She doesn't like mashed potato, roast potato or anything. Oh, she does like chips. Then the last 2 frozen bits are these, and again, Marnie is a big fan. In fact, they all like those. Last couple of fridge bits, I've got some Oatly. They normally have the barista one, which is the one that I buy. Luckily, I've got a couple of cartons in the cupboard. And actually, that's why I started using Prime now, because I'd run out of Oatly barista. I typed it into Amazon and it came up with same day delivery for it. So that's kind of how I started using it. But on this particular occasion, they didn't have it. So I just got the whole oat drink, which is just as nice. Just doesn't foam quite as well for coffee. Then we just have a big carton of semi-skim milk. One thing I've found is that they never have strawberries. I don't know why that is. Every time I try and order them, they never come up on the list. So this time I got blueberries, but ideally I would have got strawberries as well. That's the one thing I would say actually, is the fresh food selection is quite limited. So it's okay if you've got basics that you need, but if you want quite a variety, it is quite limited in my experience anyway. So here I've got 2 packs of Pink Lady apples. We go through apples really quick in this house. I also have some bananas, some prepared sprouts, which are for a recipe I think I mentioned in my last grocery haul. I made it and didn't film it, and since then I've had quite a few people say please share that recipe, so I'm going to do a cook with me video hopefully this week, so watch this space and subscribe so you don't miss it. But these are for the sprout and butternut squash mac and cheese. Then we have spring onions, some green beans, which I never buy, but for some reason I really fancied them for a recipe that I'm doing. Some avocado, butternut squash is for the recipe I just mentioned, some red onions. Then we've got some just plain white potatoes over here. Last few bits of veg, I have a pack of mixed peppers, and annoyingly I don't have a red one in there. That really bugs me. Then we have some spinach, which is mainly for smoothies, but I like to use it in salads and things as well. A big packet of leeks, a head of broccoli, and then this was another error, which I don't know if it was my error or theirs, but I definitely didn't ask for 2 packets of romaine lettuce, but I have now 4 romaine lettuces to use this week. Then finally onto cupboard bits. So I always get lots of cereal because we get through it so fast. This was a substitution. I actually ordered the regular, like the big chocolate Weetabix, but they sent me the Crispy Minis, which the kids love, but they will rip through this Crispy Minis box in less than a day, so that will be gone. Oh, before I show you the rest of the cereal, I just picked these up for Aiden for his lunchbox, just juice cartons. Then we have some multigrain shapes, which are Marnie's favourite, some Shreddies, or the Morrison's version of Shreddies, and Special K. These again are for lunch boxes. They are just some fruit stars, and they had a really limited selection of like dried fruit for lunch boxes, so I ended up getting these, but I probably wouldn't have chosen them had I gone to an actual store. Tortilla wraps, a packet of bagels, a loaf of bread, and then we have some pita breads at the back there as well. I forgot to show you these, I've just spotted them at the front. I love it when they come with the little leaves on as well. I think they're really cute. So they are actually for Aiden's lunchbox as well. Then the last few bits at the back, I've got some fusilli pasta, some macaroni, some mango chutney. Then we have red onion, caramelized red onion chutney, some honey barbecue sauce, again for a recipe. Then I have 2 cartons of passata, some peanut butter, and some garlic mayo. Dylan's a massive fan of garlic mayo, and this is his favourite one, and it's a bargain. It's a huge bottle, and it's only £1, so that's a really good buy. Then I have some chicken stock pots and some tomato puree pots. Down the front here, I picked up some tzatziki, which I haven't had in ages, and I really fancied it with the pita bread. A tin of black beans. Then we're just on to the last few snacky bits. So I've got some salt and vinegar crisps, prawn cocktail, cheese and onion for my kids. Then, oh, bleach in the middle. Then the last few bits are just snacks and treats for the kids. So we've got some Nature Valley bars, which were reduced to less than half price. And I only ever get these when they're on offer because they're quite expensive. So we've got those, some custard creams, and a packet of gold bars. So that's everything I picked up to feed my family of 6 for the week. Now I'll tell you what I'm going to make. I've just put everything away, so I thought I would just quickly tell you what I'm planning to make for to feed my family of 6 for the week. So the first thing on the list is the recipe I mentioned when I was putting everything away, and it's the sprout one. So it's roasted sprouts and butternut squash mac and cheese, and you put bacon in there as well. It's so yummy. It's one of my favorites, and a few people commented on my last video to ask if I could share the recipe, so I thought I'd do like a cook with me kind of thing when I make that this week, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. The next one is a new recipe that I haven't tried before, and it's like a mango chicken glazed wrap. It's got curry flavours in there and the romaine lettuce, that's what that was for, though I've got way more than I need. But that I will probably serve with wedges. I'll either make my own sweet potato ones or I'll use the frozen ones that I have from this shop. Next up is a chicken and broccoli pie. Actually, it's a chicken and leek pie, but my eldest Dylan prefers broccoli when I put it in with the pie. He's not the biggest fan of broccoli, but he can tolerate it a bit more if I cook it inside the pie, so that's what I do just to make him happy. and then I'll serve that with mashed potato. The next thing on the list is soup, and I ordered the broccoli and Stilton soup for Dan because that's his favourite. Dylan wants to try the mushroom one, but I'm going to make a soup as well because the mac and cheese doesn't use a whole butternut squash, it uses about half, so I'll use the rest of it to make a soup, probably with coconut milk and chilli and things like that, which is all stuff that I already have in the cupboard. Next on the meal plan are halloumi tacos, and these are made with black beans, and you kind of mash half the black beans and put them in with Mexican spices and some tomatoes and serve it with sour cream and cheese, and that's really good. Actually, I can use some of the remain for that as well, so there's another use for it. And the last one that I have on the list for the week is running pasta. Now this is really specific to our family because it's a recipe that Dan came up with when he was training for his ultra marathon years ago. It's really simple, but everybody loves it. It's really tasty, and sometimes we really crave it and fancy it. And it's basically like a pasta salad with tuna, sweet corn, red onion, cheese, mayo, and pasta. Really simple, really, really yummy. So I just fancied it this week, and it's a store cupboard one. Again, I always have the stuff that we need for it in the cupboard. So those are my meals for the week. I hope you enjoyed hearing about them and seeing what I got in my first proper full week food shop with Amazon. I don't think, as I said earlier, I don't think it's something I would do every week, but it certainly makes life easier on the weeks where I haven't been as organised as I should. So let me know, have you ever done your food shop with Amazon Prime? I'd love to know. Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.